What if I told you that your most important job interview already happened, and you never even knew? Imagine this. You're not sitting across from a stern-faced panel, resume in hand, rehearsed answers at the ready. Instead, you're standing in line at your favorite coffee shop, exchanging a few friendly words with the barista. Or maybe you're at a wedding, making small talk with a stranger while you wait for the speeches to begin. Perhaps you're simply strolling down a hallway, caught in a brief conversation with someone you barely remember meeting. Every day, in moments just like these, something crucial is happening. Every handshake, every smile, every quick hello, every seemingly insignificant interaction. These are the real interviews. You're being assessed, scanned, and most importantly, remembered by people who might hold the key to your next big opportunity. In a world more connected than ever before, the conventional boundaries between personal and professional have blurred. The invisible interview is happening all around you, whether you realize it or not. Picture this, a cheerful exchange with the barista who hands you your morning coffee. You might think nothing of it, but weeks later, you discover that same barista is actually the recruiter for your dream company, evaluating candidates not just by their resumes, but by the way they treat others when no one's watching. Or that stranger you met at the wedding, the one you chatted with about the weather or the food, turns out to be the CEO of a fast-growing startup. Your attitude, your curiosity, the way you listen and engage, they remember all of it. And then there's the friend of a friend, quietly observing at a lunch gathering, sizing up not just your credentials, but your presence and authenticity. The truth is, it's not paranoia, it's reality. Today, your next big break doesn't start with a perfectly formatted resume or a carefully crafted cover letter. It begins with you being watched when you least expect it. Every moment is an opportunity, every encounter a stage. The invisible interview isn't just a theory, it's how modern leaders hire, how teams are built, and how reputations are made or broken. Let's take a closer look. Imagine two people in the same situation. On the left, someone who is polite, confident, and fully present in the moment. They make eye contact, offer a genuine smile, and engage thoughtfully, no matter how small the interaction. On the right, someone distracted, checking their phone, dismissive, rushed. The difference may seem subtle, but the impact is profound. One of them has just aced the invisible interview. The other never even knew they failed. This is not a gimmick, not a trick, not some newfangled hiring fad. It's the reality of how leaders and decision-makers operate in a world driven by relationships and impressions. Resumes are scanned, but reputations are remembered. Applications are filed, but impressions linger. The real hiring process often starts long before you ever submit your name for consideration. So, how do you win the invisible interview? Start by recognizing that every room you enter is a potential interview room. Whether it's a boardroom, a coffee shop, or a friend's living room, someone is always paying attention. People talk. Make sure they talk well about you. Your story is told not just when you're present, but long after you leave the room. Curiosity beats credentials every time. Ask questions, listen closely, and show genuine interest in others. Your qualifications matter, but your curiosity and engagement set you apart. Authenticity is your greatest asset, even in silence. People can sense when you're genuine. Be yourself, but be your best self. And remember, you're always on stage. The audience may change, but the spotlight never fades. Your actions, your words, the way you treat others, all of it forms the narrative people remember and share. In the end, the game was never rigged. You just didn't know you were already playing. The man in the suit, the one who started with a simple, kind word to a stranger. He's the one being offered the job today. Not because he aced a formal interview, but because his reputation, built in invisible moments, opened doors he never even saw coming. You're always in the interview. You just don't see the panel. Every encounter is a chance to be noticed, to be remembered, to be chosen. So how will you show up, knowing that the invisible interview is happening right here, right now? If this message opened your eyes, imagine how many others need to hear it too. Like, share, and subscribe for more insights that challenge the way you see the world. And maybe, just maybe, change the course of your own story.